Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Missoula County Stadium. I'm Kempson Cross alongside Cole Johnson, as always. Thanks for being here for Spartan Live Football on MCAT. Class AA Montana High School football is what we've got for you tonight. Missoula City Championship between the Sentinel Spartans and the Big Sky Eagles. Now the Eagles come in at 1-1. They're the home team this evening. They were 2-8 last season, dealt with some injuries. They opened the season with a last-second win against Great Falls on this field, and then went to Billings last week, and against Billings Senior were dealt a blowout loss. So 1-1 on the season. Head coach Matt Johnson preaches team unity and what he calls a no-star system. We're going to give you a couple impact players to watch, though, for Big Sky tonight.
Yeah, Levi Jancaro, he had 3 interceptions last week. 3 of them were pick sixes as well. It ended up being a 62-20 blowout loss. Senior, one of the best teams in the state. It was going to be a tough game for them to win. You look at Levi, though, 77 yards rushing in that game. He had 150 yards passing. He had 2 touchdown passes. You always want to look at the positives when it comes to playing difficult games like Billings Senior. If Missoula Big Sky is going to win this game tonight, they're going to have to sustain drives. Nick Wackeye caught a touchdown last week, but you cannot have 3 turnovers by your quarterback. I mean, you just can't have it, and that led to a 42-point loss. So let's see if Big Sky can just move the ball consistently. You want to protect it, protect your quarterback, allow him to make plays. This should be a very close game tonight, Kempson.
The Spartans, meanwhile, come in at 1-1 as well after being 5-5 last season and losing out or missing the playoffs once again on a tiebreaker. Second year in a row that happened. Convincing loss to Billings Senior in Washington Grizzly Stadium to open the season 2 weeks ago. And then here on this same field, convincing win over Butte last week. Head coach Dane Oliver preaches a positive mindset, and the word we keep hearing come up around this Sentinel program is finish.
Yeah, you have to finish games, Kempson, like you said. I mean, in the second half, that's where you have to make plays. And when you score 21 points in the second half, things are looking pretty good. You had a pick six, you had a touchdown by Nick Germer in that second half. You won 35-10. When it comes down to it, you have to play harder in the second half than you do in the first half, and that's true for any team. You got to kick it up a notch, you got to put your foot on the gas, and you can't let up. And I think that's what Missoula Sentinel really needs to do week in and week out to become a playoff team and a team that could potentially go deeper into the playoffs. Not saying they're going to go deep in the playoffs this year, but they need to take some steps forward in trying to become a playoff team. They need to finish better. They've been doing that so far this year. In the second half, that's what you have to do. You have to play harder. You have to make plays. If they run the ball with Connor Crawford like they've been doing, it's going to really set up the passing game for Mitch Roberts. It's going to enable him to use his feet too when plays break down. Sentinel, I believe they're going to win this game tonight. It's going to be pretty close, but they're going to pull it out in the fourth quarter.
Sentinel overcame a few turnovers in this game last year to win 26-22. That was last season, though, and this is usually a very closely matched contest, and we expect nothing less this season with it all on the line. Missoula Hellgate not playing varsity football this year. They just don't have enough players, don't have the manpower to do it. So tonight, it's all the Zootown pride is on the line. It's the Big Sky Eagles and the Sentinel Spartans. That's next. This is Spartan Live Football on MCAT. We welcome you once again. Good evening. Happy Friday. Out to Missoula County Stadium in Missoula, Montana. The Missoula City Championship game tonight between the Big Sky Eagles and the Sentinel Spartans. Big Sky, the designated home team tonight. I'm Kempson Cross. With me, as always, Cole Johnson. And this game is for this is for the whole Zootown crown tonight.
Oh, yeah. Whole Zootown crown tonight. Sentinel taking on Missoula Big Sky as the Big Sky Eagles are the designated home team in this game tonight, Kempson. And for Sentinel, it's a big game. It's a big game for Big Sky too. It matters a lot more for playoff implications. Really, you just want to keep winning. I believe. Sentinel looking to make their first appearance since 2013 and trying to get off on the right foot in this game. They looked pretty strong last week against Butte. Hopefully the momentum can just carry them to another win tonight. They looked terrific in the second half of that game. It would be nice to see them come out and play a full 4 quarters tonight and see what they can do. Big Sky, on the other hand, coming off a 42-point loss to Billings Senior and looking to bounce back from that. They'll need their quarterback, Levi Jancaro, to play well if they're going to win this game tonight. He did not play well last week. So it should be an exciting game, and it looks like the teams are just about ready to go.
Just about ready to go. Hellgate, of course, not playing varsity football this season, and so that's why this one game dictates the Missoula City Championship. Sentinel wins the toss, defers to the second half at midfield.
It turned out to be a beautiful evening tonight, by the way. After we had a lot of rain last night around the 9 o'clock hour, and there's not much in terms of cloud coverage tonight. And we're starting a little bit later than normal, half hour at 7:30. So the sun will be setting probably toward the end of the first quarter.
Half hour later than last week. Starting here on Spartan Live. Again, Spartan Live football on MCAT. And we're glad you're with us. Sentinel, the designated road team. And actually got the starting lineups ready for you. Missoula Sentinel. Well, let's start with Big Sky since they're the home team. Start at quarterback Levi Janicaro, as you mentioned. His head coach Matt Johnson calls him a Tim Tebow kind of player. Caden Lottie at running back. Tyler Flink also in the backfield for the Big Sky Eagles. Josh Malone and Nick Wakai are the receivers. Nick Wakai, an honorable mention, All-State at receiver last season.
And Nick Wakai, good speed, does a lot of things well, and he's going to kick this ball off, too.
Yeah, Nick Wakai will kick it off. Elias DeWaters and Caden Messer deep to return. And this one will come down to DeWaters near the goal line, and it goes into the end zone for a touchback. So Sentinel will come out to the 20-yard line to start their first drive, and senior dual-threat quarterback Mitch Roberts and running back Connor Crawford are the two players to watch that we mentioned in the pregame, Cole.
They are, yeah. Connor Crawford is a downhill runner. He runs hard, he runs with a purpose, and he's got to get this offense jump-started for the Spartans tonight if they're going to win this game. And I believe that he can do it, and he's been shown, like you mentioned, he's one of the best running backs in the state of Montana. He really is. And if they're going to win this game tonight, they need him to get big chunks of yardage and run downhill, and the offensive line has to block for him.
He is to Roberts' left to start this one, and Roberts swings it out to Nick Germer, who had a good game last week.
Pretty much.
Only gains gains 4 yards there.
And
after
Nick Germer
last
running
week,
over Tyler Glenn.
Last week, Germer had 6 receptions for 68 yards and a touchdown, and he has 1 for 4 yards tonight for a second down and 6. And here is a fake handoff to Crawford. Roberts on a quarterback keeper, and he is brought down by Nick Wakai, but not before a Sentinel first down.
And misdirection has always worked well with Sentinel. And looks like we've got a player that is limping for Sentinel.
Hunter Paulson comes out favoring his left leg, that is. Keep an eye on that situation. One other injury to note, Kenyon Kinsella, a regular starter on both the offensive and defensive lines, is not in there for Sentinel. Here is Connor Crawford slicing and dicing his way through the middle for a 9-yard gain on first down and 10.
And already Sentinel picking up big chunks of yardage. Kempson, this is what they needed to do. Start off strong, little misdirection with Roberts, and they got Crawford for a 9-yard gain. We're going to take that all night long if they can get that.
Second down and 1. Roberts will get pressured, and he fumbles the football. Saw that last week. He had 2 fumbles in the win against Butte, and this time Sentinel's able to get back on it.
Yep, Sentinel able to cover that one up, thankfully. And a good play for the Eagles defense on that one, able to get to the quarterback. Pocket collapsed, and the ball squirted out, but thankfully Sentinel got it back. But 2nd and 1 that happened. So now it's going to be 3rd and 9.
Yeah, 3rd down and 9 after an 8-yard loss 2 lost fumbles last week by Mitch Roberts, recent Montana Grizz wide receiver commit. He throws as a quarterback to Nick Germer, and Germer drops the ball at the 30-yard line on the near side.
So plays like this, Kempson, I feel like I'm a broken record at times. When you have a wide open receiver, those catches have to be made every single time. It's not good enough really for them to just be made in practice. You have to be able to go out and you have to make them in a game. So Nick Germer is going to be thinking about that one when he goes back to the sideline because he was wide open. And those are the types of plays that cannot go for big gains. That was a play that had to be made there.
Brandon Morley, the junior punter, averaging almost 33 yards a punt. This one's inside the 30-yard line of Big Sky. And they'll take over at their own 29 to start their first drive. So, with 10:03 to go in this opening quarter, Sentinel got a first down, but then their drive stalls after the fumble that they were fortunate to get back on top of.
Yeah, they were fortunate to get back on that fumble. There could have been a touchdown on that pass to Germer. Nerves always play a part in these kinds of games. I mean, I don't want to dismiss them in any means. First pass play of the game. It's coming down. There's no one around, and you just let it go right through your hands. Hopefully Nick Germer can make some plays moving forward tonight. But that was certainly a big drop. But you have to go back on defense and see if your defense can make a play for you.
Penalty will cause a re-kick after backing it up 5 yards, and Morley able to collect the snap and get it off. It's not nearly as good of a punt. It gets inside the 40. Elias DeWaters downs it at the 39-yard line. So Big Sky with a 10-yard field position swing there on the re-punt.
Now we'll see Levi Janicaro. As I mentioned in the pregame, he had 3 interceptions go for touchdowns. His last time against Billings Senior.
And talking to both these coaches earlier in the week, they feel like Janicaro is the type of athlete that could be an all-state running back if he was able to play that position. So that tells you a little something about how Big Sky likes to attack defenses. They like to get it going downhill. And Janicaro is also a left-armed passer. Both coaches compared him to a Tim Tebow type of athlete. And he gains 2 yards on his first carry of the night for second down and 8, Big Sky.
Bridger Deaton finishing off that tackle there. Second down and 9.
Janicaro, another shotgun snap on second down. Upcoming. Couple guys in motion. And a handoff. Going all over to the far side, finding some daylight and running down the far sideline. All finally spun down at the inside the 30-yard line was Caden Lottie.
Caden Lottie able to find that left side, and there's a lot of room to run. Makes a couple defenders miss, and now he's got it inside the 30. And looks like Big Sky's in business to start this game.
It'll be first down from the 28-yard line. And now a false start against Big Sky after movement on the right side of the line.
And that was on the right guard, Colton Kynes. He jumped way early.
If my math's correct, a 31-yard gain for Caden Lottie.
Yep, good run there by the running back for the Eagles, and they're in business for sure.
Now at the 33-yard line of the 1st and 15. Janicaro, shotgun snap. And it's just straight quarterback run all the way. And it's a 5, maybe 6-yard gain on first down. Or no, excuse me. It's going to be almost 10 yards because it was 1st and 15.
Yeah, the Janicaro, he's going to have to use his feet when receivers aren't going to be open downfield, which he can do. He can run. He's Tim Tebow-esque, moving his team down the field right now. See if Big Sky can capitalize and get the first points of the game.
10-yard gain, 2nd down and 5. Handoff by Janicaro. It's Lottie again. And he runs into first contact there was Justin Campbell, the junior, coming up from his safety position for the Spartans. Lottie gained 2 yards. It'll be 3rd down and 3.
See if Sentinel can get a stop and hold Big Sky to a field goal. Of course, they might consider going for it with only 2 yards to gain.
Yeah, 3rd down and 2 from the 20-yard line. And Janicaro trying to push the pile. He's close to first down yardage. It'll depend on the spot.
Yeah, it looks like he's going to have it.
He needs the 18-yard line.
And where the refs have it, they have it at the 18.
He needed 2, and he got 2. So it'll be first down at the 18-yard line. Big Sky with a drive going as we're down to 7:07, or clock running inside 7 minutes to go in the first quarter.
Taking advantage of mistakes, too, always a key component of any football game, as Big Sky is now on the move.
Janicaro back to pass. He'll throw to the near side. Wakai is out there. Tip drill interception. Justin Campbell in the end zone for the Spartans.
Justin Campbell right there as the ball was tipped up. And it was picked off in a nice play. And now Sentinel will go back on offense as they were looking for Nick Wakai in the corner. That ball was a little bit underthrown, and a great play by Campbell to pick it off. And now Sentinel's got the ball back, and that's the first turnover of the game. Let's see if the Spartans can do something with it back on their own 20.
Sentinel fortunate enough to fall on the fumble from Roberts. And now an interception in the end zone with Big Sky in position to get the first points of the game. Still scoreless inside 7 minutes to go in the first quarter. And just kind of restarts now with Mitch Roberts at the 20-yard line. They're even on the left hash. And here's a handoff to Crawford. And he is going to, a great open field tackle there.
Yeah, that was a nice tackle as Crawford had some room along the left sideline. And he picked up 8.
That was Gibson on the tackle. David Gibson.
Nick Germer hoping to redeem himself. He's at the bottom of your screen.
2nd down and about 2. Roberts to the far side, and it got past a diving defender, but Jason Shushtari was the intended target, and it was in his hands, but he dropped it.
Yeah, that's another clean drop, Kempson, even though the corner for Big Sky came over to try and jump that route, but it was a clean drop and went right through his hands, and Germer was open too on the sideline, but sometimes you're just looking one direction. You got to pick up these 2 yards here.
Looked like Tyler Glenn on the coverage over there for Big Sky. Credit him for flashing into the picture. And Mitch Roberts will keep it and try to get a tough 2 yards across the 30 to the 31, and first down signal for Sentinel.
Mitch Roberts picking up the 3 yards for a first. That was a good play call. You didn't need too much on that play, so keep it simple. Just run it up the middle and pick up the yards.
First down and 10, 31-yard line of Sentinel. We're about halfway through the first quarter. A swing out to Connor Crawford with a little bit of room, and picking his way for about 6 or 7 yards is Crawford.
And Crawford already getting a lot of touches early on in this game. It opens things up for the Spartans. You can open up some pass plays when you're running it well, when you're getting 5-6 yards of play, as the Spartans are moving the ball after getting that interception.
2nd down and 4 from the 37-yard line. We've seen opponents of Sentinel convert turnovers into points. We'll see if Sentinel can get a little bit of that medicine going. And right at the sticks on a quarterback keeper, Mitch Roberts was gang tackled. See if that was just enough for the first down at the 41-yard line.
Looks like he's going to be right there. They're going to say it's a first down.
Signal is a first down.
Nice misdirection so far by the Spartans, trying to keep the Eagles guessing a little bit.
Caden Messer in at quarterback now. Fake handoff to Ty Kendall, and he'll carry it up the middle for a moderate gain. A little bit of wildcat.
Crawford's going to come back in.
Caden Messer on the quarterback keeper. Mitch Roberts, the regular quarterback, back in for this 2nd and 4. Roberts rolls left, throws out to Germer. That one was down near the turf, and he was able to scoop it from the turf. And they're signaling to move it forward. First down, Sentinel at the 48-yard line.
A little bit of a redemption catch right there. A tough play. Gets down on his knees and gets his arms underneath the football. He's able to haul it in for a first. And he got the ball at midfield.
And fake handoff. Roberts will keep it again. Slipping tackles up the middle, down the hash marks to the 41-yard line.
Good stick by Missoula Big Sky. That was Dutton on the tackle.
Gain of 7. 2nd down and 3 upcoming. Roberts, 11 rushes for 36 yards, almost 3 yards a carry last week against Butte. And having success on the ground here in the early going. A fake handoff to Elias DeWaters, a flag down as Mitch Roberts gets another Sentinel first down. We'll check on the laundry.
I've been offsides on the Eagles. We'll check the penalty. Well, no, it's going to be on the Spartans.
We await the referee's call on this one. 3:50 to go now in the first quarter. It's holding against the Spartans. It'll back them all the way up to midfield. Still a scoreless ball game. 2nd down and 12.
Spartans look good on offense so far. A lot of good play calling by Dane Oliver to get the ball moving in the right direction. A lot of good misdirection plays. Feel like they're spreading it out pretty good.
Roberts play fake over the middle. Ethan Jones with a first down catch on 2nd down and 12.
Nice play, Ethan Jones. Right over the middle, up top, where he can go get it, and a nice snag as he leaps up and makes the catch. It's a good gain, close to 20 yards on that play.
Jones had a big 36-yard reception last week, one of 2 catches last week in the Butte game. A fake handoff by Roberts, going up top to Germer again, and it's a touchdown this time.
This time,
Sentinel Spartans in the end zone first. Nick Germer on the catch from Mitch Roberts.
There you go, right up top. If you fail the first time, try again, and they go up to Caden Messer, and a great catch over the shoulder. Nicely done. The defender can't react to the ball as it's thrown to the outside, right in the corner of the end zone. Kempson, a nice toss.
Spencer Peppinger will be on to attempt the PAT. He's 6 of 7 on those this season. His only miss was blocked in the Billings senior game. Does have yet to make a field goal this season. Does Peppinger. This one's up and good. So, with 3:19 to go in the opening quarter here at Missoula County Stadium, it's the Sentinel Spartans 7, the Big Sky Eagles nothing. And we'll go back to the starting lineups now. But first, your thoughts on that Sentinel drive.
That was terrific. Nice play-action fake. They had Ethan Jones for a 20-yard gain. That's what you have to do when you're running the ball well and you can pick up 5-6 yards of play, Kempson. You can run some play action and a nice toss on that touchdown. You got to go back to what you can do best, and he can throw a pretty good deep ball. Mitch Roberts, he hasn't been able to complete one, and it's like finally there it was, right to Caden Messer after a drop pass on their first drive. So offense looking good so far, 7-0. They're playing to their strengths. They're looking solid, and they look to add to that too as the game goes on.
Caden Messer will kick off. Get through the rest of the Big Sky offensive starting lineup here. Rylan Wilcox, number 89, is the tight end. Number 53, Brady Clausen's the left tackle. Number 52, Josh Thiessen, is the left guard. The center is number 62, Jake Rickenaugh. The right guard is Bo Hahn, number 79. Right tackle is number 76, Colton Kintz. Receivers, Tyler Glenn, Nick Wakai, and Josh Malone. We already mentioned Giannicaro and Caden Lottie. They were both involved in that first Big Sky drive. Here's the first Big Sky kickoff return.
That's a pretty good run back by Dutton.
Hunter Dutton, the junior, 5'9", 190, gets it all the way out to the 31-yard line. And that's where Big Sky will take over after threatening on their last possession.
Yeah, Caden Lottie had a big run around the left side, so they're hoping to get him going and see what Giannicaro can do. Had an interception in the end zone. Again, interceptions tend to be the maybe the problem for Giannicaro taking care of the football.
And fake handoff to Wakai. He'll keep it on the ground. Will Giannicaro this time. Looks like a 5-yard game. It'll be 2nd down and 5 upcoming.
Yeah, you look at the Spartans defense. We saw Brandon Morley just absolutely tear it up against Butte High last week, timing the snap count beautifully. The pursuit has been good so far in this game. Feel like the defense is ready out there, got their assignments down correctly, and they're just able to make the tackle there on the run by Giannicaro.
2nd down and 5 for Big Sky. And Giannicaro will carry it and stiff arm Morley to the ground and then get tackled from behind.
That was a nice stiff arm. Pick up
Tristan Clark, the senior linebacker, on that tackle. Sentinel defense, Ethan Jones, number 14, defensive end. We saw him from his tight end position make a catch as well. Dylan Goforth is the nose, wearing number 32. Number 44, Connor Rockhorse, the defensive end. Ezra Wida, number 7, also defensive end. Bridger Deaton is the other outside linebacker, wearing number 8. Number 9, Brandon Morley, is the outside linebacker we were just talking about. Spencer Schock, number 52, is an inside linebacker. A throw over to Tyler Glenn.
Nice pitch and catch there. Pick up 8 yards. Pretty easy. 3-step drop. Looking to your left. And a nice catch by Tyler Glenn in the slot. Picks up a good 8 yards.
Levi Giannicaro making that pass. It'll be 2nd down and 1. Clock running. We are well inside 2 minutes to go in the first quarter. 7-0 Sentinel. Handoff. And trying to go up the middle, but he is turned away, it looks like.
It's Tyler Flink.
It's Tyler Flink on the carry.
That one. Did not get the first. That is a first down. Actually, it looked like he was short from up here, but yeah, they're giving it to him.
Well, he got almost to the sticks, but then Sentinel was able to push him back as they made the tackle. But the referees will give him credit for a first down at the 47-yard line. Tristan Clark is the other inside linebacker, wearing number 30, as we just talked about for Sentinel. Get to the secondary here in a second. As Giannicaro will fake the handoff again and get almost tackled, and then a few other Sentinel defenders were there to finish it off. 2nd down and long upcoming for Big Sky. Danny McKittrick at corner. Brian Jakubowski also at corner. Caden Messer at the safety position. Justin Campbell as well. Hunter Paulson at the safety position.
Of course, Hunter Paulson is on the bench right now because he turned his ankle on. It was the second play of the game.
Right.
So hopefully it's nothing too serious.
Looks like they're going to put some ice on it. Giannicaro throws over at the first down sticks. Nick Wakai muscles his way to a first down.
Yep, he had it right at the sticks and able to pick up 3-4 more yards. Nick Wakai. That's the playmaker for the Big Sky Eagles, as Giannicaro, he's not going to forget about him. Nice play, made a nice catch and spun off the defender. Nice catch and run by Nick Wakai and got the first.
First down at the 35-yard line. Big Sky on their opening offensive drive through interception in the end zone. Threatening again here. And a swing out to Wakai this time. Another stiff arm on Morley. And Wakai is near more first down yardage.
The ref throws a flag. I don't know what for
There is a flag at the 31-yard line.
So saying it's maybe an offensive face mask, perhaps? You see Big Sky backing up.
Looks like the referee's talking to Sentinel about it, so it is on Big Sky. Holding on Josh Malone will back the Big Sky Eagles up to the 41-yard line. A spot of the foul assessment there. The first down and 16 with 17 seconds to go as the clock runs. This will probably be the last play of the first quarter, depending on what Levi Janicaro does. And he will run it and look for room off the left side. He has some and picks up quite a bit of yardage there.
Jakubowski able to finish off the tackle, but a nice, strong run by Janicaro. Picked up 9 yards.
Yeah, Janicaro out near first down yardage. Would have been first down yardage possibly if the sticks, or if it was first down and 10. And that is how we end the first quarter of play. So with the clock reset at 12 minutes, it is 7-0 Sentinel over Big Sky at the end of the first quarter. And we'll go through, well, we got the offensive and defensive starters for each team, so we'll wait until Sentinel gets back on offense to go through the rest of the depth chart. Actually, why not? Let's just do it right now. We go through Sentinel. Mitch Roberts, the quarterback, senior dual threat quarterback, as we mentioned. Connor Crawford, senior, number 28 at the tailback position. Hunter Paulson, number 6, having an issue, came up limping on his left leg. So Nick Germer is the wide receiver, number 22. And Jason Shustari, number 11, slot receiver. Ty Kendall, number 13. We've seen him have some time on the field at receiver as well. Ethan Jones, saw him make a catch, number 14 at the tight end position. Connor Rockhorse, number 44, also a tight end. And Spencer Schock's the left tackle. Ryan Finley is the left guard. Center is Weston Gibbs. Right guard is James Thomas. And right tackle is Taryn Buchanan on the Sentinel offense. Big Sky offense has first down at the 30. Tyler Flink will bounce it outside. And Justin Campbell almost makes the tackle. And then a couple other Sentinel defenders are able to get him down, but not before he gets inside the 20-yard line. First down, Big Sky.
Nice run by Tyler Flink to the right side. Able to bounce off a couple tacklers and get a first down, and Big Sky is able to put some good chunks of yardage together, and now they're in the red zone on the 19.
Clock running. We just started the second quarter. It's 7-0 Sentinel over Big Sky. On a 41-yard pass touchdown from Mitch Roberts to Nick Germer. Here's Janicaro on the keeper over the right side.
A good gain again by Janicaro. I mean, really, he got like 7 on that play. 8.
He's down to the 11-yard line.
And Eagles are on the move now.
Second down and 2.
See if Sentinel can get a big stop here. Home to a field goal.
A handoff to Lottie. Lottie looking for the corner. He's going to get it. Touchdown, Big Sky.
Lottie with a lot of room on the left side. There was only 2 people in pursuit for the Spartans. It was an easy end around, really. Had a lot of room on the angle and just found his way into the end zone, Kempson. So Lottie getting in. And we're an extra point away from a tie game as Big Sky quietly moves down the field as we start this second quarter.
Yeah, quite methodical drive there from Caden Lottie and the rest of the Big Sky Eagles. And now Janicaro, as we saw Billings Sr. do, he's going to keep it as on a quarterback keeper, try to get across for 2 points.
Got it.
And Big Sky takes the lead on that carry from Janicaro.
Wow, did not see that coming. Well, okay, it's 8-7. I mean, credit Big Sky. That's what they like to do. They use Janicaro, and he gets over the pylon for a 2-point conversion. It's 8-7.
Big
believe
Sky,
it or not.
Yeah, Big Sky Eagles 8, Sentinel Spartans 7 with 10:47 to go in the second quarter. Missoula Sentinel on offense. Captains today: Spencer Schock, Ryan Finley, Kenyon Kinsella. Once again, we mentioned the senior lineman on crutches on the sideline. Ethan Jones, number 14, is the other captain.
Yeah.
And on the defensive side for Big Sky. Got down on the line, you have Dorian Calenti, number 71. Logan Pearson, number 66. Elliott Seymour, number 78, as Nick Wakai will set up to kick it off for Big Sky after they took an 8-7 lead with a touchdown and a 2-point conversion.
Yeah, Lottie had some good runs on that drive, and Wakai had some good yards after the catch, too, and Janicaro able to do what he does best as they take the lead with the 2-point conversion.
Elias DeWaters from the 4 looking for running room, stiff-arming his way up to the 25-yard line.
Saw Elias DeWaters a lot last week, and even in the first game. Good complimentary back to Connor Crawford. We'll be seeing him in a lot more games, and a good run back out to the 26.
Hunter Dutton is the outside linebacker wearing number 44 for Big Sky. Wearing number 89, the other outside linebacker, Rylan Wilcox. Inside linebackers Tyler Flink, number 32, and Evan Comm, number 34. Mitch Roberts, quarterback of the Sentinel Spartans, is in the shotgun for first down and 10. And he's throwing over to Nick Germer, who spins around and is tackled around the ankles by Gibson, David Gibson of Big Sky.
Yeah, good tackle by Gibson. Evan Comm able to get in there as well. Haven't seen much of him lately. Kevin Comm, we'll see if we'll make some plays in the end of this first half here.
Other corner for Big Sky is Dennis Kruger, an all-state honorable mention on special teams last year, and a special play getting into the backfield there was Charles Maurer.
And Mauro coming through there with, among others, able to stuff Crawford for a loss. Now you're forcing Sentinel to throw the football here on a 3rd and long situation. See if Sentinel can keep the drive going. They've had some success with the deep routes with Messer. See if they can try and find someone over the middle, maybe Ethan Jones.
Mitch Roberts rolling out right, looking, throwing, and he overshot Jason Shushtari across the 40-yard line.
And Shushtari, again, it's tough. Kempson, as you mentioned, maybe trying to aim it in there. Those throws are very makeable throws. Yet Shushtari over the middle. So now the Spartans have to punt the football. A couple misses there by Sentinel, and they have to go back out on defense.
Brandon Morley had a good punt called back on a penalty and then got off a punt that wasn't as good on the re-kick. This one's decent into the night sky. And here is Caden Lottie, who already has a touchdown. He's not going to get another one. Elias DeWaters and Spencer Schock.
Yeah, Schock.
Not much of a return there on a pretty good punt by Morley.
With the pile drive, Spencer Schock coming in at the end. Taking down Lottie. Hopefully they can hold him to some minimal yardage on this drive and get the ball back. Nice tackle by Spencer Schock.
Big Sky with an 8-7 lead, 9:30 to go in this second quarter. They just took that lead. A lot of momentum shifting to the Eagles' side as Janicaro tries a quarterback keeper and just has to hold on to the ball there as Bridger Deaton was coming trying to get the strip.
Just a yard gain by Janicaro. Good job by Bridger Deaton coming on in to make the play.
Clock running now, down to 9 minutes to go in the first half. Missoula City championship game. Kempson Cross alongside Cole Johnson.
8-7, Big Sky.
Hand off. Caden Lottie spinning and fighting his way for a short gain. It'll be 3rd down and 7 upcoming.
And Spencer Schock is really starting to heat things up right now. A very good tackle again as he's in the middle of that pack for Sentinel, really firing in there. So now you got a 3rd down and 6.
Gave him a better spot than I did, I guess. 3rd down and 6 from the 40-yard line. Janicaro will go back, and he'll keep it. Quarterback draw and get very near and maybe even across. 1st down yardage.
Schock with the tackle along with Tristan Clark, but You know, it's great when you can finish runs, and I think that was a nice example of Giannicaro really just finishing off a run, knowing that, hey, I just need a couple extra yards to pick up this first down, as he was right near the stick. So a good job of lowering the head and getting the yards.
First down from the 47-yard line, just enough. Grinding it out, Big Sky. Giannicaro again on the carry. Still fighting.
Good chunk.
6 yards, 7 yards, maybe. Second down and 3.
Morley was there. Ezra Welda will come off for Sentinel.
Second down and 4.
I'll tell you what, Kempson. Giannicaro really starting to wear out the defense a little bit. Those inside runs, and they're blitzing up the middle here because they're expecting it to come. That was a good blitz that time.
On the handoff to Tyler Flink. Sentinel defense ate him up. Ethan Jones, Connor Rockhorst, both there for the Spartans.
When you have play after play with Giannicaro running up the middle, Dane Oliver said, I've seen enough of that, you know, plugging the middle of the hole. So, and you have to expect Giannicaro to keep running it. I think you need to be careful on third down if you're going to blitz up the middle again. Looks like Giannicaro might run it himself again here. We'll see what happens.
Big Sky Eagles, a big physical football team.
Stacking
trying
the right
to keep
side.
the pedal down and spinning forward, almost breaking through. It'll be a first down at the 40-yard line of Sentinel.
It looked like he just got to the 44 on that one and then somehow maneuvered his way to the 40. And again, yeah, Kempson, it's wearing out the defense right now. And so Dane Oliver's going to have to think of a way here. He's going to call timeout. This is a good timeout here just to kind of figure out the schematics of the defense that he wants out there.
So the first timeout of the night comes with 6:40 to go in the second quarter. Big Sky 8, Sentinel 7. This is Spartan Live football on MCAT. And you look at it, you see Spartans early on with maybe the athletic advantage. But now we're seeing, as we get further into the first half at least, Big Sky with the big physical style imposing their will a little bit as a team.
Yeah, I think the scheme for Big Sky has been really solid. They're running a lot of misdirection with Giannicaro, and they've ran Lottie a few times around the outside. When you can do that and you're getting a good push, it's like, why stop running it with your QB? He's picking up 6-7 yards a carry, Kempson. So I think if you're a Big Sky, you need to continue to do what you're doing. This is a good timeout, though. I think Dane Oliver was like, I'm seeing some things I don't like here with Giannicaro. Trying to plug the middle of the line using some inside blitzes was good to do on that particular drive. On this drive, the drive is still continuing. But you need to be aware of what Giannicaro is doing with his feet right now because he's moving the ball by himself.
Handoff, Caden Lottie, who has a touchdown, a rushing touchdown. On first down and 10.
Big Sky because they're picking up like 5 yards a carry, Kempson, and they're really controlling the clock now as the second quarter is moving really quickly. So right now they're controlling the game even though they're up by 1 point. So you have to like what you're seeing from Big Sky, and the offensive line is playing terrific right now.
Second down and 3. Eagles having their way to an extent as Giannicaro with another carry. He'll get inside the 30-yard line, and that's what he needed for another first down.
Yeah, I think if you're going to have to put a stop to this at some point, and so Dane Oliver is going to have to find a way to make something happen here. Dylan Goffworth is going to check into the game, and Bridger Deaton's going to come out for a bit.
Seen Levi Giannicaro put it to the air, threw one into the end zone. It was a tip drill interception.
This looks like a pass play.
Well, he's put it in the air only once since. And it's a handoff to Caden Lottie. Looks similar to the play where he scored the last time. Cuts it up inside this time, and he's inside the 20-yard line once again for Big Sky.
Big Sky Kempson is spreading this out, and they are doing a terrific job of doing so. They had Lottie to the left side, and it's really, really difficult to dictate where the ball's going to go when you've been running it up the middle every play, and now you've got Lottie breaking out to the left side. So this is a very nice drive by Big Sky. They've had the ball for most of this quarter, I think. So it's upcoming on 7 minutes. They've had the ball.
Tanner Stack checks in at nose guard. Levi Janicaro running towards the edge there. Caden Messer comes knifing in to get him before he can get all the way to the first down, but he is to the 12-yard line.
Yeah, you just get the sense with Big Sky and how the rest of this game is going to look like. They're not going to throw it. They are not going to do it. And I don't blame them because they're running it down their throats right now, and they're picking up big chunks of yardage. Let's see if Sentinel can get a stop here.
Janicaro from under center, a handoff, and on that carry, Hunter Dutton didn't have much that he could do with that carry, as the Sentinel Spartans were able to pursue quite well there, and it'll bring up third down for Big Sky.
Rockhorst able to get on the ball carrier quickly, and here's a situation where you've got to get a stop and you can hold them to a field goal. But this defense has got to be really tired right now, so Dane Oliver's trying to get some fresh bodies in there, but let's see if Sentinel can get a stop here and hold them to a field goal. That'd be huge.
Big Sky already up 8-7. As we come inside 4 minutes to go in the first half. Lottie cutting inside.
He didn't get it.
He's close. Fourth down.
4th and 1, what do you do?
And
I think
one.
you have to go for it.
See if Coach Matt Johnson agrees. And with the way you've been moving the ball, getting 4, 5, 6 yards to carry, 1 yard, fourth down.
If you're
Math checks out there.
You have to go up the middle on this. And I think if you're Sentinel, you have to play it like he's going to run up the middle right now.
Janicaro tripped up, but he still got first down yardage all the way down to the 5-yard line.
Forward progress is going to give it to him.
Clock will stop momentarily at 3:13 to go in the first half. It's 8-7. Big Sky, and the Eagles are looking to go up by 2 scores.
This Kempson is by far the longest drive we've seen this season by any team. I mean, they've had the ball for nearly 9 minutes.
That we've seen,
on
yeah.
This drive, for sure. I mean, it might be the longest drive since I've been calling games a couple years back, but they've had the ball forever, it seemed like.
Handoff, flink, flag. We'll see if it helps the Spartans or the Eagles.
This one's going to come back 5 yards. There's some movement on the right side, I think a little early.
So instead of first and goal from the 5, it'll be first and goal from the 10 with 2:55 to go before the half after the false start on Big Sky.
Clock continues to move after 3 minutes. I'm really impressed by Big Sky's game plan here. To really control this game. It feels like they're up by a lot more, but
Janicaro with another keeper very close to the goal line. He's all the way inside the 5 to the 2. It'll be second down and goal from there. Some substitutions from Sentinel, trying to get some bigger bodies in there and stave off this Big Sky offense.
Janicaro had 77 yards rushing in his last game. He's definitely close to that now, for sure. And he's going to try and sneak one here.
And he is going to move the pile into the end zone. Touchdown, Big Sky Eagles. Levi Janicaro on a 2-yard quarterback sneak with 2:02 to go in this second quarter. It's 14-7 with the PAT or 2-point conversion pending.
Kempson, they just wore them down this entire second quarter. The defense was too tired to get any sort of push, and they had the ball for nearly 8 minutes on this drive, and they went down and scored. Not a field goal. They went for it on fourth down and got that. They got a touchdown, and now they have a 15-7 lead if this thing goes through.
And Wakai's extra point is no good. So it will remain 14-7 in favor of Big Sky with 2:02 to go in this second quarter. How does Sentinel respond to that? Well, we'll find out next. This is Spartan Live Football on MCAT. Nick Wakai tees it up to kick it deep. Elias DeWaters and Caden Messer back deep for Sentinel. Kempson Cross alongside Cole Johnson. Spartan Life football on MCAT. Big Sky Eagles up 14-7 over the Sentinel Spartans with 2:02 to go in the opening half. Caden Messer going to the far side with the kickoff return and has a little bit of room up the far side and is knocked out of bounds across the 30-yard line.
That's a good run back right there. I actually thought he had more room up the sideline than initially. Well, they got a touchdown. Missoula Big Sky did. To make it an 8-7 game, they were behind 7-0, but then they missed the field goal, so it's almost like they never got a two-point conversion. They just kicked 2 extra points. But, yeah, Kempson, their offensive stability, Big Sky, looks terrific right now in terms of the game plan that they have. Sentinel needs to get down and get some points for the end of the half.
They have 1:54 to respond. And after going through his read on the far side, Mitch Roberts able to throw it over to Nick Germer, who gets out of bounds with about a 2-yard gain.
Yeah.
Clock stops, 1:48 to go.
Now the Spartans are going to need to pick up some big chunks of yardage here.
Saw him have the big play to Germer to take the 7-0 lead. Since then, offense has been hard to come by when they have touched the ball because Big Sky has had it for a while.
They've had it for a very, very long time.
Flag down.
I didn't even think they were going to see the ball in the second quarter.
It's a false start. That'll back Sentinel up 5 yards to 2nd down and 13. All the more reason or all the more emphasis to put on that finish mentality here in the first half, especially with 1:47 to go.
Yeah, this is where mentally you've got to stay poised, Sentinel, and make some plays late in the first half. Let's see if they can make a play here.
Roberts throws it way too high for Brandon Morley on the near side.
Yeah, that was a tough pass to complete either way. If that was even in the vicinity of Morley, it was going to be an incomplete pass, I feel like. Or Morley was going to get absolutely leveled after catching the ball. But you got 3rd and long coming up.
Mitch Roberts trying to roll away from pressure there, but he couldn't really turn it upfield, so good job by Big Sky at 2 levels defensively there. Empty backfield now for Roberts on 3rd down and 13. He's back, and he is pressured from behind and sacked. Charles Maurer.
Yep, he looked like he was going to pull the trigger on that first one, tucked it down, and Big Sky ended up getting a sack. And Kempson, man, oh man, this is
Big Sky takes a timeout with 1:30 to go before halftime, hoping to possibly add to this 14-7 lead. And here in this first half, which seems like it's gone by in the blink of an eye because Big Sky's had the ball and they've just been on that power run with Janicaro, with Caden Lottie mostly. And Big Sky looks like the team that is looking to be a playoff contender so far. Missoula Sentinel getting pushed around a little bit.
I think so too. I think the game plan that they've established here in the first half, I formation, or they spread it out and they run their quarterback, Janicaro, or they run Caden Lottie. They've ran Lottie a few times out to the left side. Flink had a couple carries too. You have to play to your strengths, but the offensive line for Big Sky, Kempson, they're playing really well in this game. They're getting a good push. They're really running it down their throats right now. It's 14-7, but Big Sky, you couldn't play a better first half. You're only up by a touchdown, but you played great this half for sure.
4th down, a punt coming from Brandon Morley, and it's into the night air. Caden Lottie will get away from it, takes a Sentinel bounce inside the 35-yard line. And that is where Big Sky will take over with 1:20 to go in this first half, already up 14-7. And again, how we got there was Big Sky early on, first offensive possession for Big Sky, second of the game. Interception down in the end zone, thrown by Janicaro on a tipped pass. It wasn't really his fault. And then Roberts and company later on were able to get a 7-0 lead. Janicaro and Caden Lottie with a rushing touchdown at the other
Crawford got
end, and then you saw Janicaro go in on a quarterback sneak as well. That's how he got to 14-7. He also was able to convert a 2-point conversion, as this is a penalty that'll back up Big Sky 5 yards. And then that made it 8-7, and then a missed extra point. That's how he got the 14-7 score.
Yeah, Sentinel went down and got a touchdown, make it 7-0. They have not seen the ball since that time, hardly. They just went 3 and out, and now Big Sky's on the move here.
Nick Wakai with a little bit of sweep action as a late flag comes in.
And the last thing you want to do is commit a silly personal foul penalty. And I'm kind of fearful that's what it is. No, it looks like it's going to be on the Eagles, actually. As
referees conversing, trying to decide what the call is.
starting to get a little dark in here. Sorry, turn the light on.
It's all good. That's why we have the light.
That'll
15 yards from the end of the run, so that'll make it first down and 14.
That's a break.
No,
from
first down and
Spartans.
16. My mistake. From the 28-yard line after a big gain by Wakai, a 14-yard gain by Wakai on the rush.
Yeah, good end-around play to Wakai that we haven't really seen much of him, Kempson. Felt like after he threw the interception, even though it wasn't his fault, it was like we're just going to completely change our entire game plan into running the football more.
They're trying it again to Wakai on the near side. Justin Campbell makes the tackle, but not before a gain of several yards.
That's a gain of almost 10 yards.
Almost 10. Third down and 8. And Sentinel taking a timeout. Their second of the half, it looks like. Indeed. So with 57 seconds to go here in the first half, Dane Oliver may be hoping to get some favorable field position and try to get some points before halftime if they can stop him on this 3rd and 8.
Yeah, we got 3rd and long. That's nice. So, I mean, a run of 8. Yeah, Big Sky had a few runs of 8 yards down on their previous drive, but it's nice that it's a 3rd and long. It's not a 3rd and, it's not like a 3rd and 3. It's a 3rd and 8, so it's a little bit more manageable to try and potentially get the ball back and score at the end of the first half. But yeah, Big Sky looking real good right now at 14-7, and Sentinel's having just a tough time slowing down the rushing attack. So it's been very impressive for Big Sky to really come out and dictate the pace of this game, which is exactly what they're doing.
A little bit more time added to the clock. There's 1 minute, 2 seconds to go before halftime. 14-7 Big Sky in the Missoula City Championship game. Kempson Cross alongside Cole Johnson. Glad you're with us. As whoever wins this game tonight will be crowned the King of Zootown for 2016. Handoff, no. A keeper to Janicaro, and we'll see what Sentinel does here. Do they take their final timeout? They do.
Yep, they're taking timeouts.
It'll be 4th down and 5. And we'll see if they add time again. It's back at 57 seconds up there. But about a minute to go. Even after the punt and whatever time comes off the clock for that, might as well take your shot down 14-7.
Absolutely. I mean, you're going to get a chance at getting the ball back. You never know what can happen. You get a good run back on the punt. You get a long completion down the field. You can at least get a field goal out of it. Yeah, this has been a pretty entertaining game. I feel like Big Sky, I don't know what got into the offensive strategy, but it was almost, like I mentioned, after that interception was thrown in the corner, it was like things just got totally changed up. And so you've got to credit the coaching staff and Matt Johnson into recognizing, okay, let's run the football and see what we can do. And it really paid dividends as they were able to control the ball for most of the second quarter, Kempson, and took a 14-7 lead. So credit the coaching staff and the adjustments that got made in that second quarter. And that's why they're ahead in this game right now, is because they recognized, okay, something needed to be changed as to how we're going to move the football. They're running it very well with Janicaro. Sentinel got to stop, and they'll get the ball back, though.
Tyler Flink is the punter. Big physical Big Sky Eagles were stopped there, almost blocked by Sentinel. Elias DeWaters is back deep, and he will take it. He is a shifty, slippery runner, and he's breaking tackles, still fighting at the 43-yard line. And that is where Sentinel will take over with 45 seconds to go, down 7.
Now, this is pretty good field position, so you've got some time to pick up some chunks of yardage here and get a field goal.
Spencer Peppinger, the sophomore kicker, 5'8", 145 pounds, is 0 for 2 on field goals. Missed both of his tries in the Billings senior game. He is perfect on PATs so far this year, except for one block in the Billings senior game. And this one is thrown to Ty Kendall, who found the hole in the defense. And he is tackled by Tyler Flink, but it's a first down Sentinel, 11-yard gain up to the 46-yard line of Big Sky.
That was a nice toss as Kendall was able to just slip in behind the defender, and Tyler Flink with a good wrap, but a good first down here, Kempson.
Clock starts to run inside, almost down to half a minute now. Rolling out is Roberts, throwing deep for Shushtari. A great catch on the boundary at the 23-yard line.
Got 1 foot down. That's all you needed. Down to the 22-yard line. That was a great catch. And Shushtari able to work the sideline, and Mitch Roberts rolled out and found him on the near side. And now Sentinel's in business here.
Talked about poise for Sentinel. Mitch Roberts and his Spartans showing some right now. 27 seconds to go, trying to tie this game. Throws over and had to go to his knees, did Brandon Morley, to make the catch.
See, you just
Clock will run.
You just
Clock
cannot
inside 15 seconds.
You cannot have a throw like that.
And they're just going to clock it at the 31-yard line.
Yeah, and see that when you throw a screen pass, you want to make sure you get that throw up high to where your guy can run after he catches it. I mean, they just lost 5 yards on a pass
to
play because the throw was low.
9 seconds to go. Sentinel has no timeouts, and they're down 14-7. It's at the 29-yard line. From here, it'd be about a 45, 46-yard field goal.
Well, you've got time for one more play realistically. It's going to have to be a quick pass. So the defense has got to – they're playing a deep prevent right now. They just got to keep the play in front of them.
Roberts looking, throwing, and it's going to be almost intercepted, but not quite. David Gibson was there. A little bit of defense played by the receiver, who was, I think it was Brandon Morley, who went to his knees trying to make a catch just moments ago on what looked like maybe a wide receiver pass.
That play was going to be tough to complete all the way, as Big Sky was all over that. But you take your shot and see what you can do. Looks like they're just going to go for it. They're not even going to try to kick a field goal.
Yeah, last play of the half. We mentioned it would be about a 45-yard field goal. They're not going to try that. Roberts buying time, looking, throwing up deep into the end zone. Spartans are there, but it's incomplete.
Yep, no one even got a hand on that when you give it a shot. Could have been completed. 14-7 Big Sky. Big Sky controlled most of this game for the first half, Kempson. That's why they have a 7-point lead.
Right you are. Sentinel Spartans down 14-7 as they go into the locker room to the Big Sky Eagles. And we'll go to halftime with that score. The Missoula City Championship game here tonight has not disappointed. Both these teams came to play out here tonight. An early 7-0 lead for Sentinel. Big Sky didn't panic, battled back, got to an 8-7 lead, made it 14-7 later on in the first half, and a pretty good defensive stand there to keep this 14-7 lead going into halftime.
Yeah, Big Sky has all the momentum right now. I believe they do. They're going to get the ball first to start the second half. They controlled the most of the first half with running the ball up the middle with Janicaro and Caden Lottie to the outside. Kempson, if they keep this up, they're going to win this game tonight because they've been controlling the clock and controlling the game on the offensive side of it. But who knows, Kempson, I think for the biggest thing for Sentinel, you have to make the adjustments on defense. What can we do to slow this down a little bit? Whether you try blitzes up the middle. It's tough, though, because when you're blitzing up the middle, it leaves a lot of open receivers to the outside. It leaves gaps to run through on the outside. So Dane Oliver has some tough decisions to make in the locker room. Let's see if they can make some adjustments and slow this offense down.
We will have statistics and some out-of-town scoreboard scores for you at about 8:40 p.m. That's when we'll come back on the air just after halftime has concluded. Big Sky Eagles 14, Sentinel Spartans 7. It's halftime here at Missoula County Stadium. And for Cole Johnson, I'm Kempson Cross. Once again, thank you for listening. This is Spartan Live Football on MCAT. We welcome you back to Missoula County Stadium for the Missoula City Championship game. Big Sky Eagles 14, Sentinel Spartans 7. Kempson Cross alongside Cole Johnson. First half, Big Sky was able to, after falling behind 7-0, impose their will and take control of this game. We'll see how Sentinel responds. Big Sky gets it to start the second half. Cole Johnson has your out-of-town scoreboard.
Skyview won via forfeit against Hellgate 14-0. Glacier and Capital are tied at 14 at half. Helena has a 49-0 lead at halftime over CMR. Bozeman and Butte 27-8. Bozeman with the advantage in that one. Flathead and Great Falls are tied at 7. Senior, nothing new, 31-3 over their rival Billings West. And Billings West came into that game 2-0. And Billings Senior is really taking it to them right now. Ahead comfortably in that game.
And, of course, in the big rivalry game tonight, as Caden Messer will tee it up for Sentinel, and back goes Caden Lottie and Hunter Dutton for Big Sky. Got to that 14-7 score after a Justin Campbell interception on a tip drill in the end zone. Sentinel was eventually able to go up 7-0 on a Mitch Roberts to Nick Germer touchdown from 32 yards. And then Caden Lottie had a touchdown rushing, and Giannicaro did as well in the first half. And here's Lottie physically running across the 30-yard line to the 32 is where Big Sky will take over, try to add to their lead.
Nice run by Lottie, and when you can run the ball 31 times and get 6.5 yards a carry, good things are going to happen, man. You're going to be able to control the game, and that's exactly what Big Sky did in this first half, Kempson. They're only up 14-7. It feels like it's a lot more than that. We'll see if they can continue that success, and we'll see if Sentinel can just make defensive adjustments to try and slow down Caden Lottie and Levi Giannicaro.
Felt like the Eagles had the ball for the whole second quarter. Caden Lottie spinning his way, almost breaks free, but he is tackled by Jakubowski. Touchdown saving tackle near midfield.
Literally touchdown saving. Did I mention they have to slow down the run game? Lottie comes out and gets a 16-yard burst, and running with a purpose on that one. Looked like he was headed toward the end zone, but Jakubowski able to take him down after a big 16-yard gain.
First down at the 48-yard line. Giannicaro under center, split backs behind him. And a flag, two flags down. Movement. Play is blown dead. Couple false starts, a holding call against Big Sky, at least one holding call against Big Sky. It's been all that's been able to slow down Big Sky for any extended period in that first half.
Literally just penalties would be the only thing, and they've been able to overcome some of the penalties that they've had. But a false start penalty bodes well for Sentinel on defense, that's for sure. Anything to kill the momentum and move them backwards.
First down and 15, number 15 up the middle, falling forward near midfield.
It's a 6-yard gain, Kempson, for Giannicaro, and falling backward and picking up an extra yard. I don't know, it might be a long second half if Sentinel can't get a turnover or try and strip the ball out, because they are running it with authority right now. They have the ball near midfield. This second down and 8, though.
Just over a minute gone in this second half. Giannicaro will carry it over the right side with a keeper, and he is swamped at about the 50.
That was better that time. Good pursuit. And Brandon Morley trying to get his defense fired up and get a stop. He got third down and 6. I think you might have to throw. If they want to try and get the first down, they might have to throw it. I don't know if they're going to be able to get away with running it again, but we'll see.
It's third down for Janicaro. And he will go to the air. He's looking over on the near side. A diving David Gibson was unable to come up with it. Good coverage by Sentinel, and a quickly fourth down for Big Sky, even though they got a first down, not able to sustain the drive. A good stand there.
Yeah, huge stop. The penalty, like we mentioned, I mean, that will slow a drive down. If they didn't have the penalty, they would have had 3rd and 1, and they could have just ran it and picked up the 1 yard and got the first, but penalty slowed them down, and that bode well for Sentinel. They're going to get the ball back.
Tyler Flink gets the kick away. Elias DeWaters waiting for it. It bounces to him. He scoops it up inside the 20, takes it across the 25 out to the 30-yard line. And it'll be first down for Sentinel now, their first offensive drive of this second half. Correction, that was the 25-yard line for DeWaters, number 24.
Yeah, Big Sky only had the ball for 2 minutes and 10 seconds compared to the 9, maybe 10 minutes they had the last time they had the ball. So Sentinel needs to sustain a drive now, Kempson. We haven't really seen them with the ball that much. It was a situation where they had the ball at the end of the first half. They were able to make some big plays and get down inside the 20, but they were not able to score at the end of the first half that would have tied the game up.
Connor Crawford with a little bit of room over on the far side. Gets about 3 yards on the carry. Second down and 7 upcoming.
And Crawford, haven't seen much of him, able to try and get him going. The Sentinel is going to try to have to duplicate what Big Sky did in the first half to seize control of the game a little bit better. They're going to want to compete in this game.
Crawford has been very quiet tonight, as has Roberts. He's had some success when he keeps the ball, though, and he's breaking free. He's dragged down from behind, though, by Gibson, right up at the 49-yard line. A big first down for Sentinel.
Here we go. Here come the Spartans now. Little fake handoff. Taking that ball up the left side. A big gaping hole. Kind of fooled the defense. There weren't too many defensive backs left at the end of that run. Nice run by Mitch Roberts.
First down, 50-yard line. Handoff. Crawford looking to bounce it outside, but a great contain there on the edge by Big Sky. Leading the charge was Rylan Wilcox.
Yeah, Wilcox able to bust through there and make a nice tackle. This Big Sky looks to steal some of the momentum back. That's what you have to do. You have to get a tackle for loss. And Wilcox came firing through.
Throw, swing out. Elias DeWaters on the near side, slipping tackles, spinning inside the 45-yard line of Big Sky. He'll set up a third down and manageable.
Nice run by DeWaters, slippery as he may be, able to spin his way down the right sideline and pick up a good chunk of yards. That's a gain of about 7 or 8.
Third down
the Spartans.
And 3. Mitch Roberts, number 3, in the pistol. Throws, Morley on the wide receiver screen. He'll pick up the first down and spin inside the 35 of Big Sky.
I like those plays on the comeback routes to the ball. A nice play by Morley, coming back to a good throw by Roberts. Those plays, if they can run those effectively, can get big chunks of yardage. I like them a whole lot better than the bubble screen personally. But Morley's able to get some room down the sideline. Kempson, they're on the move.
We're inside 8. Well. Yeah, inside 8 minutes to go in this third quarter. Handoff. Connor Crawford with the most room he's had all night, and he takes advantage of it. He's inside the 10, slipping, diving, 1-yard line, 2-yard line, first and goal, Sentinel.
Here we go. Here come the Spartans now on their move. A big run by Crawford. It was only a matter of time potentially. The big 30-plus yard run on that play down to the 1. They've got to punch it in here, Kempson.
First and goal, trying to hurry it up, not letting Big Sky make any defensive substitutions. Handoff Crawford, touchdown. He had 3 rushing touchdowns last week against Butte. This is his first of the night, and Sentinel is an extra point away from tying the Missoula City championship game.
I'll tell you what, a huge drive by Sentinel, but more importantly, they were able to get a stop on defense when they came out in the second half. That was more enormous to really establish the momentum. Crawford with a big run. He had a 34-yard run down to the 1-yard line, and then he punches it in.
Spencer Peppinger, good with the extra point, and it is tied up at 14 with 7:21 to go in this third quarter. Sentinel finally responds to Big Sky having a lot of momentum, especially as the first half was winding down. Sentinel finally able to get an offensive drive going, get down there and punch it in, and it's a tie ball game, whole new ball game it feels like.
It's a whole new ball game, Kempson, right now, 14-14. After Big Sky getting the ball first and looked like they got a couple first downs, I'm like, here we go again, a big 18-yard run to start the second half by Lottie, and then all of a sudden, there's a penalty, it backs them up 5 yards, and it proves to, be the difference as they have to punt the ball away and give Sentinel a lot of credit establishing that run. That's what they need to do. Run those misdirection plays, get the offense going in the right direction. It opens things up. It opened up a pass play to Morley, another big run by Crawford, and that's why the game is tied.
Connor Crawford was very quiet in the first half. When Sentinel did have the ball, they were unable to get much offense going besides the big play to Nick Germer. That was the only touchdown before that one by Crawford, who runs anything but quietly, as do all of these Sentinel running backs. Caden Messer puts the boot into it, and Hunter Dutton will catch it at the 1-yard line and will be wrestled down inside the 20 by Ethan Jones.
Man, what a block. I think it was on Deaton, one of the Big Sky players. I didn't catch the number, unfortunately. Just head over heels, just upended Deaton for Missoula Sentinel on a monstrous block, but they only have the ball up to the 17. The momentum is now on Sentinel's side, getting some of the psyche back, the motivation. Let's see if Sentinel can get another stop here.
Sentinel's talked about a killer instinct. Both these teams trying to have that and trying to make runs to the playoffs. Here's a great run on the ground there by Lottie.
Yeah, Lottie has been something special. And a good job of just waiting for the hole and then accelerating upfield and picking up a dozen yards on the first carry of this drive.
Clock will run inside 7 minutes to go. Game is now tied after Sentinel scored a touchdown on their first offensive drive of the second half. Janicaro under center will go back. He'll throw deep, looking single coverage for Wakai. Danny McKittrick with good coverage on the far side and complete.
It was literally the first time it seemed like they were going deep to Wakai. I mean, they tried that end zone toss in the first quarter that was batted up in the air and intercepted, but Wakai is unable to get free. If Danny McKittrick is going to be on him the whole day, or the rest of tonight, that favors Wakai, a little bit taller, matchup there. But McKittrick doing a nice job. He turned his head around, got back on the ball. It was good coverage.
Wakai, honorable mention, All-State last year at wide receiver, or at defensive back, actually. He's got speed on both sides of the ball. As that is a big play there by Sentinel to swamp Lottie and set up a 3rd down and 8.
Nice spot by the refs, giving him up to the 34. This is going to be 3rd down and about 7.
Maybe it will be 3rd down and 7. Coming up on halfway through this third quarter.
It's a big play right here as Big Sky had a little bit of trouble in the second half so far.
A throw over to the near side, looking for Wakai. Too high and too wide. It'll be 4th down.
Kempson, this team cannot throw the football very well, and when you force them to throw it, you're forcing them to do things that they do not like to do. And on 3rd and 7, it's not a play where you can run it. You've got to go to the air. And quite frankly, Levi Janicaro had his receiver wide open in the flat, and he couldn't hit him. It's one of the reasons they've been running the football. Sentinel has got all the momentum right now in this tie game.
Tyler Flink with the punt. Elias DeWaters will let it go, and it will bounce around at the 33-yard line. And at their own 33-yard line is where the Sentinel Spartans will take over after scoring on their last drive to tie the game.
Yeah, Sentinel, they get the ball back. Good stop.
5:49 to go
defense
in the third quarter. Saw Mitch Roberts have some success on the ground. Connor Crawford finally awakened on that last drive.
Yeah, absolutely. He had some big runs, had a run down to the 1-yard line, and Sentinel's got 2 huge stops on defense in this third quarter. It's really propelled them to get the momentum.
And a handoff, trying to keep Crawford rolling, and he is dragging defenders across the 35-yard line. Gain of 5, second down and 5. Handoff, Crawford again, cutting back and near first down yardage. He will get it, a 6-yard gain when he needed 5.
That's a good tackle by the Big Sky Eagles on that one. That was Jan Caro actually made the tackle, number 15.
Also plays some linebacker for the Eagles. Another handoff, and just trying to feed Crawford and keep him rolling, but the Big Sky Eagles were able to shut him down pretty well on that play. Second down and
right
long.
there just for a short 2-yard pickup, so good pursuit on their end.
Second down and 8. Mitch Roberts flanked by Crawford. Motion to Waters. Play fake. Throwing into the flat for Morley, who might have gotten to midfield.
Evan
So a
Crom
short
over
gain.
to make the hit, number 34. But, yeah, good catch by Morley on the near sideline.
And he did indeed get to midfield, so it'll be third down and 4. They need Big Sky 46. They're at midfield are the Sentinel Spartans. And a tie game. Inside 5 minutes to go in the third quarter, everything becomes magnified as you get down the stretch in a game like this. A swing out to
Good
Crawford, and he had a block in front of him but wasn't able to use it to get first down yardage. Good stop by Big Sky.
I thought it was a good play call on that play right there. Looked like he had enough blocks, but good job by Big Sky to get the stop that they needed. In this game, man, it's totally lived up to its bill, hasn't it, so far? 14-14, and now it looks like Sentinel's looking to go for it here.
Fourth down and 2.
I don't know if you can or not.
A little bit of confusion here and a good timeout by Dane Oliver.
Are they really going to go for it? I don't know.
Well, you had Mitch Roberts, and then you had Brandon Morley, who they've used as kind of a trick play quarterback a couple times here in the early season, but neither of them were under center, so there was a little bit of confusion on the Sentinel side. Will they go for it again is the question on fourth down and 2.
You do need someone under center, for sure. It might help.
With 4:05 to go, it is, again, a tie ball game. After Sentinel scored a touchdown to tie it up after a 14-7 Big Sky lead was taken into halftime. And Big Sky, like we said a little bit before, was in control of this game when you went into the lockers for halftime. And Sentinel was able to wrestle some of the momentum back, and this is a whole new ball game at 14-14.
It sure looked that way, especially on the 18-yard run to start the second half. And then you have a penalty, and penalties can really change things. They're drive killers, and they had a false start penalty, and they had a 3rd and 6 that they couldn't pick up. They had to throw the ball. If it was 3rd and 1, they could have just ran it with Janicaro or Lottie on that first drive they had. But you get a penalty, it backs you up, and it's the reason Sentinel's able to get some of that momentum back. It's a big play here.
Brandon Morley under center. Mitch Roberts is at receiver. Morley sidestepping pressure, trying to get it on the ground, and he will not get anywhere near it. The other quarterback, Levi Janicaro, with a huge fourth down tackle, to turn it over on downs to the Big Sky Eagles.
That was going to be tough to convert right there, but Janicaro, nice tackle. Looked like there was maybe even a false start, it seemed like. But, man, big gamble there by Dane Oliver. You don't get the first down. Now Big Sky has the ball at midfield, and you're going to have your defense step up and make some plays here, because I'm sure the Big Sky is going to go right back to their bread and butter of running the football, I guarantee you.
We've seen Morley try to hit a couple vertical shots to Roberts out of that I formation with him under center, but nothing doing through the air on that snap, as this is on the ground for Lottie, and he only picks up a couple of yards.
Lottie had 72 yards rushing and a touchdown in the first half. A 31-yard run was his longest, but Janicaro had 91 yards in the first half. He had 77 yards in the entire game against Billings Senior last week, but they are taking the ball out of his hands and they are running the football.
2nd down and 8. Janicaro off the right side. A big gain out near first down yardage. It'll be 3rd down and maybe 2.
Kempson, they're stacking that right side on that line. They're getting the tight end out on the right tackle, and they're running the ball off that way. And Janicaro's just picking up blocks and moving the chains. It's either going to be Lottie or Janicaro on this play. Here they go again. 89 gets in motion to the right side.
And they're going to run it over there.
They just picked up the first.
He cut it up inside, just trying to get downhill as quickly as possible. And he's inside the 40-yard line. He's got more than enough for a 1st down, Big Sky.
Ryan Wilcox, the tight end, in motion and gets up to the right side. They just run it that way, Kempson. So they're going to have to find a way to slow that down because they've been running that play quite a few times. See if they can get a stop.
Clock will run inside 2.5 minutes to go in this 3rd quarter. Janicaro doing a masterful Tim Tebow impression. A handoff to Caden Lottie. And he gains several yards. See if they give him 6, 7, 8. Looks like they give him 9. 2nd down and 1 upcoming. Inside 2 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter now. But both coaches, when we talked to them earlier in the week, compared Janicaro to Tim Tebow.
Yep.
Just the physical specimen that's able to. They said he'd be an all-state running back if he was going to play that position, and he's shown us why tonight.
Yeah, I think if you're Sentinel, you have to see that play come in a little bit quicker. Maybe you even blitz a corner to come in for some extra help, because they're just lining up Wilcox on the right and they're just running it off that side, to where Sentinel's going to have extra help on defense to make the tackle so he doesn't get 5 yards every single time.
That's another 1st down for Big Sky. Fresh set of downs at the 21-yard line of Sentinel. Right on the border of the red zone are the Eagles. And now a little weak side run play. Janicaro bouncing off tacklers, breaks free, touchdown Big Sky.
What a stud. Runs over his defender like Tim Tebow would in an NFL game and just takes it to the house. Janicaro, too big and too strong. Kempson on that rush, very impressive. Goes for 25 yards. What can you say? Big time drive by the Big Sky Eagles.
Big Sky started on their first touchdown, was able to convert one of these for a 2-point conversion. They will not this time. They tried a little sweep play to Wakai, and it was unsuccessful.
That is a really big stop there, like really big. So you can still get a touchdown, and Sentinel can potentially win the game. Of course, there's still a lot of time left. I get that, but you got to give Big Sky some credit. They were able to get back to their bread and butter, and that strong side running with Janicaro and Lottie, and Janicaro finishing the job with the truck stick and getting into the end zone.
1:03 to go. The Big Sky Eagles have taken the lead once again, 20-14 over the Sentinel Spartans in the Missoula City Championship game. This is Spartan Live Football on MCAT. Spartan Live Football on MCAT. Kempson Cross alongside Cole Johnson, Nick Wakai teeing it up for Big Sky to kick off to Sentinel after Levi Giannacaro with a physical rushing touchdown, able to put Big Sky back on top 20-14 over the Sentinel Spartans. Elias DeWaters to the 24-yard line on the run back. So out comes Mitch Roberts and the Spartans to try to respond.
Good return by DeWaters. If there's any moral victory to take away, Kempson, is that you stopped him from getting the 2-point conversion. That plays an enormous part just in the scoring of what could happen here. But you have to give Big Sky a lot of credit getting back to what they do best, and that's running the football, and they didn't have any penalties and able to really take advantage of that. Hey, if you're Sentinel, you know what you have to do. When you play in the second half of football games, you have to play harder and you have to play stronger.
And Mitch Roberts on a quarterback keeper across the 30-yard line. He's second down and 4. Roberts, fake handoff again. This time he's met in the hole.
Nice tackle
by Tyler Flink.
Tyler Flink, we have seen him on numerous accounts make some big-time tackles. And also getting some plays running the football. And you've got to get this first down here. It's the third quarter. This will be the last play here.
More than likely. We're inside 10 seconds to go. 20-14, Big Sky. Last play of the third quarter. Over the middle, Ty Kendall with a first down conversion, a big third down conversion by Sentinel to end the third quarter.
It's a big play, Kempson. You got to make plays late in games. That throw wasn't the best throw, but it was actually kind of more of where his receiver can get it. And Ty Kendall, that was an enormous catch on 3rd down and 5.
And a little bit of confusion on the field, but it is the end of the third quarter. So up go those fours here on the Sentinel sideline. They're down 20-14 against the Big Sky Eagles in a pivotal early season matchup that also, of course, has the crown of Zootown on the line. The Missoula City Championship game here tonight. Cole Johnson is with me. I'm Kempson Cross here at Missoula County Stadium for this game that both coaches were kind of downplaying, trying to say that, you know, they're trying to just look at this as another game and just trying to go 1-0 this week. But you know, in the back of the minds of the player, anybody who's played, anybody who's coached, anybody who's been around sports knows that a crosstown rivalry is a big deal.
Oh, yeah, totally. I mean, these two teams hate each other. I was talking to Evan Kalm a few weeks back, and he's like, yeah, we don't like Sentinel at all. He's the linebacker for Missoula, or Big Sky, and, you know, beating Sentinel is always on the radar for them, and Sentinel beating Big Sky is on the radar for them as well. So we'll see what happens. This has been a very competitive game. Like we mentioned, Kempson in the pregame, it's going to be close.
Third quarter scoring, Connor Crawford rushing touchdown and a Levi Giannacaro rushing touchdown. That's how we got to 20-14. And this corralled on first down was Connor Crawford. They just eat him up to make it 2nd down and 10.
Brady Clausen coming in, number 53, saying no you don't, and knocking him down.
for no gain.
One of 15 seniors on this Big Sky roster. Fake handoff, looking for Nick Germer. They've hit it before, and they hit it again! He was juggling it, and
wow, they're going to give it to him.
They did. He did make the catch.
What a toss by Mitch Roberts, stepping into one and just letting her fly. I wasn't sure it was going to be complete, but what a toss. It looked like he was leaning back on that throw, Kempson, when I saw him throw it up there. That was a throw right there if I ever saw one.
11:25 to go in this fourth quarter, and this game is far, far from over. Handoff, Connor Crawford up the middle as Sentinel is in the red zone now. They're inside the 15 after that Crawford run, and we saw in the first half the Nick Germer from Mitch Roberts connection got a touchdown for Sentinel to give him a 7-0 lead, and now it has them in position to potentially go ahead.
What a toss by Mitch Roberts. Now they're in the red zone.
Roberts will throw it to Germer, and he juggles it, finally able to corral it, but he's going to lose yardage after he fell down.
Unfortunately, he's going to lose 5 yards on that play because he caught it, but a loss of 5, so it would be better for it to be incomplete, but oh well, you're not really thinking about dropping a pass that you're coming back to. But the defense for Big Sky was right there. I do like those comeback routes, but it was well covered.
3rd down and 10. Handoff reverse from DeWaters to Messer, trying to get the corner, and it was well played by the Big Sky Eagles.
That was really well played. They had their guys lined up where they need to be. Kempson, you have to go for this because, well, I guess you could. You could take. They're going to kick the field goal. They're going to kick the field goal. You know, I feel like with the way Big Sky is moving the football, but yeah, take the points down by 6, I suppose. Make it a 3-point game.
Spencer Peppinger, 0 for 2 thus far this season. 30-yard field goal left hash. And it is a fake field goal. Looking to the end zone, near the end zone. Almost a touchdown. It'll be 1st and goal at the 1 on a fake field goal from Mitch Roberts to Connor Rockhorst.
That was gutsy. I thought the kick was blocked or something. It was so fuzzy in the beginning, and they get it down to the 1. That took some guts to call that. Holy cow. Sometimes you have to pull out all the stops if you're to try to win a game like this, though.
Handoff to Crawford. Touchdown, Missoula Sentinel. Tie game with 9:49 to go in the fourth quarter.
Wow, I can't believe they pulled the fake field goal out of the hat. Dean Oliver. Didn't think you had it in you, buddy.
Spencer Peppinger will line up for the point after attempt. And it is blocked.
Holy cow, they blocked
The game will remain tied at 20 with 9:49 to go in, I'm going to start using the term regulation with how this thing is shaken out.
This has literally turned out to be toe-to-toe with between these two teams, hasn't it? It's just been that close the entire way. And Dane Oliver is probably arguing that there was somebody off sides, and the refs are talking about it, but I don't think they're going to.
Well,
I didn't see the line.
We've seen some flags thrown late, but I don't think that that's going to happen. The Big Sky part of the cheering section here in the grandstand, and in a huge turnout for a huge game. It's the Missoula City Championship game. Hellgate not playing varsity football this season, and it's all tied up at 20 between the two teams vying for that crown.
This game has literally lived up to its bill. I mean, it was 2014. They don't get the 2-point conversion. We don't get the extra point. It just seems to be evening itself out tonight. It's 20-20, Missoula Big Sky is going to get the ball here, and you know what they're going to do. They're going to run it, and they're going to use as much clock as they can, even though there's 9.5 minutes to go. So they're going to try and control this last drive, Kempson, with running the football.
Caden Messer with the kick. Hunter Dutton muffs the kickoff at the 10, but he collects it. And he is not tackled. He's still on his feet. And finally tackled at the, well, just across the 20-yard line. And so Big Sky will take over there. Tie ball game, 20-20 between the Sentinel Spartans and the Big Sky Eagles. 9:40 to go in regulation.
Bit of a poor job tackling on that kickoff return for the Spartans. Weren't able to wrap up. Peyton Child able to get in on the tackle, but did not wrap up very well.
Janicaro, quarterback keeper, up the middle. Big run there. Might be a first down.
Yeah, Janicaro has just been
They are moving the chains. First down, Big Sky.
Running like mad right now on this last drive. You know it's going to be him. He's got to be getting close to 200 yards on the day.
Of course, had the touchdown to score Big Sky's, to push Big Sky's total to 20. They weren't able to convert the 2-point conversion, and after the Sentinel score, it's all tied up in the fourth quarter. Janicaro once again. He is able to get away from initial contact and get several yards out of that carry.
If you're the Spartans, you know, you have to, I believe you really have to start stacking more of your guys on the defensive front. You might have to bring in a corner to help you out. It's kind of risky to do that, but you know what they're doing. They're going to be running it with number 15. So you have to do the best you can do with trying to slow him down.
Inside 9 minutes to go in the fourth quarter.
He knows the run's coming. Yeah, I mean, Sentinel's defensive backs, they know it's coming.
Handoff. It's Lottie, and he will break almost free. A touchdown-saving tackle by the senior, Matt Messerly.
Yeah, Messerly on his back. Lottie getting the ball. Big hole. The crowd chants Lottie on this drive.
First down at the Sentinel 37, inside 8.5 to go. Janicaro with the keeper.
That was better.
And that was good penetration. Stacked him up on first down and brings up second down and 10.
And a good gang tackle there. There's Cam Hegel with one of the tackles for the Spartans. Excuse me. It was Dylan Goforth with the tackle. I beg your pardon.
Second down and long. Handoff, Lottie. Cuts up and not quite first down yardage, but it brings up third and maybe 3.
Lottie's running the ball pretty hard right now. Not the biggest kid in the world, but running downhill, fast, hitting the hole, picking up big yardage, Kempson. Big Sky is on the move.
By the time they snap this ball, it'll be inside 7 minutes to go in regulation. It's tied at 20 between Sentinel and Big Sky. And now a timeout is taken by Big Sky. First of the half, 6:53 to go in the fourth quarter. 20-20. Sentinel Spartans and the Big Sky Eagles Missoula City Championship game, Missoula County Stadium. Kempson Cross alongside Cole Johnson. And we gave you the out-of-town scoreboard coming back from halftime, but this game right here is something worth your attention right now.
Yeah, this game is the best game of the night for sure, and the fake field goal by Dane Oliver to tie up the game. I mean, it was really hard for me to think that they were just going to kick a field goal and go down by 3. the way the Big Sky's been running the ball tonight. They have been running it very furiously down the field, Big Sky. So they try the fake field goal, they get a touchdown, but then the extra point gets blocked, so it's a tie game. But Big Sky right now, Kempson, they're really, really tough to slow down with this running attack. This is a good timeout. Just catch your breath a little bit. They're going to have to start stacking the line of scrimmage and seeing if they can get a stop because they're going to run it again.
Big Sky took that timeout. It's 3rd down and 2. We see the motion again from Big Sky. And it's Giannacaro with a big hole. He's able to escape again for another touchdown, Big Sky.
It was inevitable at some point, but you stack the line of scrimmage. If you don't make any initial contact, there's going to be no defensive backs back on the play, Kempson. And that's what happened. He got through the hole, nobody around. Take it on into the end zone. 29-yard TD for Giannacaro. Gives him over 200 yards for the night.
More than likely. And he converted the first 2-point conversion attempt. And now Sentinel's going to have to take a timeout with some substitution confusion. Second timeout of the half. 1 left for Sentinel, 2 left for Big Sky. That could play a big role coming down the stretch here. 26-20 is the score after Levi Giannacaro's third rushing touchdown of the game. He had a quarterback sneak and a couple long ones like the one you just saw.
Yeah, they have completely taken the ball out of his hands and just had him, run freely. I mean, the line has done a great job. Sentinel, you could tell they were stacking it. That's what you have to do, though. You have to play those runs, so you're going to have to bring your defensive backs up. Problem is, if you don't get any sort of hand or tackle on him, there's going to be no one back. Giannacaro found his way through the line and found his way to the end zone.
Big Sky, a big physical team. Sentinel, maybe a little quicker, maybe a little more athletic, a little less size, though, and that's showing in the last couple Big Sky drives as they were able to muscle their way into the end zone were the Eagles. And here's Giannacaro, and he'll be stacked up once again, and he'll be very close.
He didn't get it.
And it was a fumble. Did Sentinel come up with the football?
Well, the kicking game for the Eagles must not be that great if they're going for 2 every single time. They tried 1 extra point and ended up missing it. So, again, that was huge. Again, you stopped them on the 2. So you go down and get a touchdown. Here we go. You said it yourself that Sentinel, they have the ball last. Maybe you didn't say it on the mic. Maybe it was before we got on the mics. But having the ball last was going to be their best shot to pull this game out. See what they can do here.
Well, that's just kind of the vibe I'm getting from this game. Whoever has the ball last will most likely come out on top. It's just been that kind of game tonight. It's now 26-20. Big Sky over Sentinel. Big Sky has had the lead for most of the night, but Sentinel, credit them for being able to take some punches and come right back with some of their own.
Yeah, absolutely. This game has been one knockout punch to the next. It's been back and forth. Some big blows being landed in this football game. Missoula Big Sky with their running game, I will say this, very, very impressive tonight with Giannacaro and Lottie. Really doing a nice job of blocking the offensive line. And that's the reason why they're up in this game late is because they've been able to run the football the way that they have.
Wakai kicks it down to DeWaters, who gets it on the hop inside the 10-yard line. Doesn't have much blocking help, but he's slipping tackles all the way up at the 30. He's finally crowded and gang tackled right there at the 30. So with 6:37 to go in regulation, it's 26-20 Big Sky. And Mitch Roberts and company will try to respond.
It's a big stop on the 2-point conversion. Again, Kempson, huge stop. You get 4 downs to get down the field here. You're not going to punt the football. You're not going to kick a field goal. You're going to be going for it no matter what. Even if they go 3 and out, they're going to be going for it.
Mitch Roberts, first down from his own 30. Handoff, Crawford trying to bounce it outside and might have picked up 1.
Yeah.
Good pursuit there by the defense of Big Sky. Might have been just better off just taking it straight through the hole, trying to bounce it out vertically. And the Eagles were right there to make the stop on that play. 2nd down and 10.
Dennis Kruger, senior defensive back, was the one who finally wrestled Crawford to the turf. DeWaters is the back now. And a fake handoff and a deep throw looking for Germer. And the defensive back was all over him, David Gibson. And that's probably what the flag is down for.
Tough penalty to throw on that one. It's tough from this angle to really tell where his hands were on his back there, Kempson, but they're going to call a 15-yard pass interference penalty.
Referee was in front of the play.
Yeah, we were not in front of it. Big Sky crowd doesn't like it.
Of course not.
Why would they?
Sentinel football team will move up to the 45, though, on the penalty after the 15-yard penalty. And it'll be 1st down again. Fresh set of downs for Mitch Roberts to work with. Crawford back in the backfield with him. And now he's just going to go to the air. He throws it deep, looking for Germer again. And
feet were tangled up.
Yeah, that time Germer just seemed to trip up as David Gibson was on the coverage once again. The junior seems to be hobbling a little bit as well. That might be why Sentinel was taking another shot.
Why Sentinel is, that must be the reason, because why they're going deep on back-to-back plays doesn't really make sense. I think just with the time left, like you could score too fast, really. So I would just try to.
And here's Crawford up the middle. Finally tackled, but not before a 1st down in Big Sky territory at the 42-yard line.
Yeah, this game is coming right down to the very end. Just as we said, it was going to be a close game. The Sentinels got it on the Eagles' 42-yard line.
We will run inside 5.5 minutes to play as this ball is snapped. Handoff, Crawford up the middle again. Little less on that carry.
That's a good tackle by Missoula Big Sky. Brady Clausen has been on a number of plays today for Big Sky.
2nd down and 8 upcoming. Roberts, more of a pistol formation now. Back to pass. And pressured and sacked.
There they come. They finally got to him on that play. A huge sack for Big Sky.
The aforementioned Brady Clausen.
Clausen once again. Remember, it's 4 down territory the whole way here. So you need to get about half of this back. Let's see if the Spartans can do it.
3rd down and 15, empty backfield for Roberts. And he will quarterback draw is the call, and he's going to get about 4 yards out of it. It'll be 4th down and 11 from the 44-yard line.
I don't think a deep ball would be good in this situation, to be quite honest with you, because it's just too high risk. You're going to have to run something intermediate, maybe a slant with Messer.
Question is, will you have time to get it off? This pass rush for Big Sky.
This is probably the game right here if they don't get this.
Entirely possible as we run inside 4 minutes to play prior to this snap. It's 26-20, Big Sky. 4th down and 11. Throw over the middle, and it bounces off the chest of Brandon Morley.
Yeah, that wasn't going to work, and Missoula Big Sky, give them a lot of credit on that defensive stand. They had their guys positioned perfectly. There were 4 guys in front of that. It would not have even been a 1st down after the catch. They were right there to stop. It would have been maybe a gain of 5 or 6, but they had that pretty well corralled. So Missoula Big Sky is looking pretty good for them right now, pending a turnover.
Big Sky has a 26-20 lead. 3 minutes and 50 seconds to try to burn off this clock and win the 2016 Missoula City Championship. Handoff. And it is Lottie again. Caden Lottie has been running downhill all night long, and he gets to midfield on that carry.
That's just too much, and now Sentinel's going to have to start thinking about burning some timeouts.
2nd down and 3. Of course, you have to get Big Sky in a position where you think you're going to stop him for 3 straight plays. Clock running inside 3.5 to go. Janicaro tries the inside. Ezra Wido was the first contact there, and that's a huge stop to set up 3rd down.
Yeah, for no gain. Yeah, you get a stop for no gain. Yeah, you're looking good. Now you got to get another stop for no gain. As the clock is still moving. Looks like Dane Oliver is going to save some of his timeouts.
Inside 3 minutes to go. In regulation, Levi Janicaro and the Big Sky Eagles set up for 3rd down and 3. Janicaro handoff. Lottie breaks through, 1st down, Big Sky.
What a run. Falling forward 2, picking up 5, leaning down for a couple more, Kempson. That's the way you run the football. And that's the way they've been running the football all night, and they may have just ran themselves into a victory with that 1st down. That was pretty big.
Inside 2.5 minutes to go. Clock will roll. At the 44-yard line, it's 1st down and 10. Missoula Big Sky with a 6-point lead. Handoff. Flink has not had much success tonight, and not much success there either. Will be 2nd down and long upcoming. Clock runs inside 2 minutes to play.
After the Spartans here on the next couple handoffs, you have to start thinking about maybe stripping the ball if you can. See if they can't get it back.
This defense already tired from Big Sky's physical running ground and pound attack all night long, trying to come up huge in the clutch for Sentinel. Janicaro with a fake handoff, almost a botched exchange. Connor Rockhorse was right on top of Levi Janicaro, and that's a loss to set up 3rd and long, and Missoula Sentinel will take a timeout.
Oh, that was big right there. Got a huge loss. Now you got a timeout. You're going to have to get another stop and then get the ball back. I think if you're Big Sky, you just want to run this again. I wouldn't try anything tricky trying to throw it. If it's incomplete, it's going to stop the clock.
1 minute, 30 seconds. Big Sky 26, Sentinel 20. 3rd down and 13 at the 47-yard line of Sentinel. That is the situation here late in the 4th quarter. Missoula City Championship game. Missoula County Stadium, Kempson Cross, alongside Cole Johnson.
This game has been a lot of fun to be a part of for sure. Stride for stride, we said it was going to be a close one. It's very close.
Levi Janicaro trying to convert this 3rd and long, or at least just get the clock rolling again. And he fakes it to Lottie, and a tackle made. Brian Jakubowski, the junior DB, makes the tackle.
Sentinel doesn't have any timeouts.
The clock will continue to roll. It's 4th down. Now does Big Sky probably punts it here, trying to pin them back deep. They're trying to pin the Spartans back deep. They're at the 46-yard line of Sentinel. Missoula Big Sky is going to use a timeout once they've milked the clock for all it's worth. It'll stop with 50 seconds to go. It's 26-20 once again. Big Sky over Sentinel. Your thoughts on what we could see in this final minute?
I think it's going to be really difficult for Sentinel to move the ball down the field because they're going to be pinned back probably at least inside their 20. They don't have any timeouts, so
you're going to have to pick up some pretty serious big chunks of yardage. Credit Big Sky when they needed to make a defensive stand at the end of the game. They have Brady Clausen, enormous sack to really set them back, and then they got a 4th and 11. Really just clamped down when they needed to on that last drive when Sentinel was moving it. Got the big stop that they needed. Looks like they're going to hold on and probably take this game. But Sentinel, still some time left. Not much, though.
We did
see what they can do with it.
We did see Sentinel at the end of the first half move the ball into position for a Hail Mary that had potential, had plenty of Spartans in the area, just kind of overshot the crowd. That's how the first half ended. We'll see how the second half ends in what has been probably an instant classic in this rivalry. And no return. It was an all-out block. It'll go into the end zone for a touchback. Sentinel almost got it.
Probably better that happened, actually. I think they would save a few seconds with that. So
Sentinel has no timeouts. There's 43 seconds left, and they're down by 6.
You need to go for some deep fly patterns here to move the ball down the field. Looks like there might be a penalty.
Oh, yeah, I see a flag down there over by the midfield stripe on the far side.
Well, that's going to help out Spartans for sure. They're going to move this ball. I don't know where they're going to. They could have them kick it again, but they have to reset the time.
So Dane Oliver deciding that time is more important than field position.
I think that's a good call on that one. You never know what could have happened. Well, you got to have some big passing plays down the field. It's going to be tough because you're going to have to make some risky throws.
Mitch Roberts in the shotgun. Germer and Kendall to the near side. And he's looking for Germer. And Germer will sidestep out of bounds with a 14-yard gain at the 34-yard line, 37 seconds to go.
That wasn't too bad for a first play to pick up 13. And they do that a few more times, maybe. Is there enough time left in this game for them to get downfield?
Roberts. No pressure, throwing, and he threw it out of bounds, looking for Germer on a similar comeback route. And a flag is down at the 31-yard line. Just 31 seconds.
It's going to be holding on the offense.
Left. So it'll be a spot of the foul, and it'll back him up 10 yards.
KJ Swanson, number 55, was bull rushing along the right side, but may have been grabbed.
Second down and long, 24-yard line, Sentinel's own 24-yard line with 31 seconds left, down 26-20, and Big Sky will take a timeout to discuss their defensive strategy for this situation. We've seen Sentinel's offense, especially in the past, be explosive at times, but they've also been quite inconsistent. Big Sky has done a masterful job of limiting their opportunities tonight and making the most of their own, just keeping the ball on the ground and running for, they have a dominant rushing performance tonight, similar to the one that we saw, maybe even better than the one we saw from Sentinel against Butte last week.
Yeah, I mean, you've got to give Big Sky a ton of credit in this game. Really came out with a solid game plan when they felt like they couldn't get the passing attack going. They're trying Nick Wakai. I mean, he was really nowhere to be found. They ran a couple end arounds to him. He may have had one completion over to him, but other than that, they really just controlled the ball, running the football a lot. And so you got to give them a lot of credit for what they did.
It's been all about Levi Janicaro and Caden Lottie. Senior quarterback Mitch Roberts trying to pull one out here for Sentinel. He'll step up and he'll take off. He'll try to get outside of Hunter Dutton, and he tight ropes the sideline to the 35-yard line.
And that penalty really killed him.
Talked about how, early on in games, penalties can be drive killers. When you have 23 seconds and you're trying to go 65 yards.
Yeah, the penalty really did set them back for sure. They're going to have to get a couple big 20-yard plays here with 23 seconds to go.
Roberts in trouble. Fumble! And Sentinel will get back on it. Spencer Schock with the recovery. A huge play by Big Sky. The clock will run inside 10 seconds to go. Now Big Sky's arguing that they have the football. No signal yet. And now we'll try to see what the deal is with the clock here. It reads 9 seconds currently. Sentinel struggling in pass protection here in this young season, and those continue here in a clutch moment. And it looks like they might even be set up for a Hail Mary already.
Yeah, we can do some hook and ladders all you want, but
game clock will be at 11 seconds. Sentinel down 26-20 with 11 seconds left. They're on their own 26-yard line. Mitch Roberts will throw over to Brandon Morley. He has blocking. They'll throw it all the way back across to Mitch Roberts, who drops it, and a flag is down. This game might be over. We'll wait on the flag. Missoula Big Sky is celebrating. Probably an illegal forward pass, which would mean the end of the game. The Big Sky Eagles 26, Sentinel Spartans 20.
They got it done today, Kempson, with a great running game of Lottie and their quarterback, Janicaro. You got to give them a lot of credit today. They really controlled the game. That's why they won.
Spartans and Eagles will shake hands at midfield after the best game we've seen so far by a long stretch this year here on Spartan Live football.
Well, they tried that backward pass, and it looked like it actually had a little bit of room developing, but the refs threw the flag, said it was a forward pass. This was a great game tonight.
Charles Maurer jumping around on the near side. He collapsed at midfield just moments ago. He and the rest of the Big Sky Eagles are very, very excited about a 26-20 victory that takes them to 2-1 on the season. Sentinel drops to 1-2, and it's just an emotionally draining loss with it being the rivalry game. The Missoula City champions for 2016 are the Big Sky Eagles.
Yeah, Big Sky played great in this game, and it's 26-20 was the final. It came down to a play here, a play there. Could have turned out differently for the Spartans. You give credit to where credit is due for an amazing running game, ground performance by the Eagles, and we're able to get that big defensive stand where they got that sack. That was huge, and then that 4th and 11 that Sentinel had, that was a pass breakup. So Sentinel falls to 1-2 on the season moving forward. They're going to be on the road the next couple games, Kempson, before we get back together on September 30th, as they will head to Helena High, and then they'll play Skyview the week after that on the 23rd, and then they'll come home for homecoming against Glacier. This was a huge hit to their playoff hopes for sure, just because it's a big game. If you win it, you're up 2-1. You're up 2-1 in the standings, so you lose this game, drop down to 1-2, and then you've got Helena High on the road. That's going to be a real difficult game for them to pull that out. So 500 is still very possible for this team. I believe they have the skill set to be able to, to finish around there, but obviously this loss to Big Sky is definitely going to hurt.
Well, and what's been clear from the past couple of years is you have to be better than 500 to legitimately secure a playoff spot in the state of Montana. They've been right there, and just the tiebreaker at 5-5 has been what has done the Sentinel Spartans in. the last couple of years. But yeah, September 30th against Glacier. Homecoming here at Missoula County Stadium. We'll have that kickoff for you at 7:30 on Spartan Live. That's the next time we will see you, unless you stay tuned for the brief post-game show that we have, as is customary after each week's game. We thank you once again for tuning in. Final score tonight, Big Sky 26, Sentinel 20, Kempson Cross. And on behalf of the entire Spartan Live Football on MCAT crew, including Cole Johnson, we thank you for watching, and we hope you had as much fun as we did here at the Missoula City Championship game at the Missoula County Stadium. Y'all come back. Missoula County Stadium, Missoula City Championship game. Big Sky Eagles 26, Sentinel Spartans 20. Quarterback Levi Janicaro had 3 touchdowns in this game tonight. How do you put into words what you're feeling right now?
I can't. It feels amazing. I've never felt this in my life. It feels so good.
What was your thought process throughout the game as far as you went through and you were able to run the ball with success, and how was that? How was that as far as your game plan coming in? How did that develop as you went along?
Well, our game plan was just that. We decided that we were just going to try to run it up the middle every play, and that's what we did. And going through the game, I just thought how great of a job our offensive line was doing. They did fantastic. It made it easy to run through the holes.
Yeah, how did that feel, especially when because you're a big physical team, you like to be able to run the ball downhill, and you were able to do that with success?
Oh, man, it felt great. Like there'd be times where there'd be a guy that met me at 5 yards, and I'd bounce off. This happened twice and ran into the end zone. That was, I didn't even, I kind of blacked out. It was crazy.
That's how excited you were?
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, so what about moving forward as far as you look on down the line? Beating Sentinel, huge game, huge win, not only because it's the crosstown rivalry, but also just moving forward as a team, right?
Yeah, we just need to carry our momentum on to next week, because we have Flathead, and they're a decent team, and I think that one's going to be a dogfight too.
It was a dogfight tonight, and Levi Janicaro was one of the big reasons why the Big Sky Eagles were able to come out on top, 26-20 over the Sentinel Spartans. This is Spartan Live Football on MCAT. We'll be right back in a second. I'm Kempson Cross, alongside Cole Johnson, as always. Missoula County Stadium, Missoula City Championship game. The Big Sky Eagles are your Missoula City champions this evening, this year in 2016. 26-20 victory over the Sentinel Spartans. That moves Missoula Big Sky to 2-1 on the season, and the Sentinel Spartans drop to 1-2 on this young season in the AA playoffs. Missoula Big Sky gets a little bit of a boost as far as the playoff race, and playoff hopes for Sentinel take a little bit of a hit. That's just the reality. Mitch Roberts, a throw to Nick Germer, got the scoring started in the first quarter, a 7-0 Sentinel lead, and then Levi Janicaro, after a Caden Lottie rushing touchdown, was able to convert a 2-point conversion to make it 8-7, and then Levi Janicaro had the first of his 3 rushing touchdowns to make it 14-7. After that, after halftime, that was the halftime score, Connor Crawford came out in the third quarter, and on Missoula Sentinel's first drive of the third quarter, they were able to go down, punch it in, tie the ball game up at 14, and then got it tied at 20 after Janicaro scored another one, and then Connor Crawford scored another one as far as the touchdowns, and then Levi Janicaro, the winning touchdown, was scored in the fourth quarter by Levi Janicaro, his third touchdown. 26-20 the final. That's the little bit of the scoring summary. Your final thoughts on this game, Cole?
Yeah, I mean, Levi Janicaro was phenomenal tonight. I mean, he ran the ball with a purpose tonight. Sentinel just couldn't slow the offense down for Missoula Big Sky, and it was really tough to really see, could Missoula Big Sky potentially, lose this game tonight just because of the way that the game was going. Felt like great ball control in the first half. They were able to use 9 to 10 minutes in the second quarter to sustain their drive. Lottie ran great. Janicaro had 200 yards plus on the ground. I mean, the offensive line played fantastic. They had Wilcox, the tight end, just move over on the line to get that extra blocking that they needed, and it really just paid dividends as you saw saw the game plan somewhat change after the first quarter. Nick Wakai was never really involved in anything too much, maybe an end around here, an end around there. I think he caught one pass. He caught a touchdown last week. Janicaro and Lottie were really the main two players in this game. They ran the ball. The offensive line played terrific. I really feel like if they were to keep this up, that they would be able to upset some teams down the road and win some road games off of this, because the way they were able to control the game was pretty ridiculous, just with picking up 6-7 yards a carry every time. And Sentinel's defense just could not keep up in the end. They were toe-to-toe with them. They made it close. But really ball control was clearly on the side of Missoula Big Sky, and they were able to make one defensive stand at the very end. They got a sack on 3rd down, and the 4th and 11 pass was just a 5-yard screen over the middle. It wasn't going to be enough for the 1st down. So you have to credit the coaching staff. You have to credit Matt Johnson and with the adjustments that they made. Missoula Big Sky, they played a terrific game tonight. They definitely deserve to win this game.
Levi Janicaro, we talked to briefly, his 3 rushing touchdowns, part of the game plan, just to ground and pound with this Big Sky offense, a big physical team that wants to impose their will, and they were able to do it tonight to the tune of a 26-20 victory over the Sentinel Spartans for the Missoula City Championship for 2016. We'll see you next time. The next time we'll see you, September 30th, as Glacier comes to town to take on Sentinel. Until then, for Cole Johnson and our entire Spartan Live crew, thanks for everybody that made this football game happen here tonight. This is Spartan Live Football on MCAT. Y'all come back.